Good morning and happy Thursday, Langston third grade. We are going to be going over our day 4 word study in Unit 21. So today we have our reading passage, which I will read aloud with you. What you are going to do is highlight the words from our word study this week and in yellow or underline, whichever is easiest for you. After we read them. But before we get started, I asked you all during yesterday's video to look up the meaning of the word peril because I thought maybe it would be a new word for many of you. And I have the definition pulled up here, so we're going to go over it. Well, that's not the definition. That's just a cute cat. All right. Peril is a noun, and it means exposure to the risk of being injured, destroyed, or lost. Danger. So danger is a great example. Fire put the city in peril. Something here that happened recently was some tornadoes. That would be a good example of peril, imminent danger, something like that. So natural disasters are definitely a peril. All right, so let's get started reading this passage. Today, I work on my book report about the mystery at Red Lily Ranch. It is a long novel, about 300 pages. Right now, it is my favorite book. I decided to build a model of Red Lily Ranch in a cardboard box. I found some brown clay and shaped it into a fence for the cattle. I set a couple of plastic cows inside my fence. My brother let me borrow one of his toy metal trucks. It looks just like the pickup truck that belongs to Max and his dad in the story. My favorite part of the book is when Max gets out of the truck to give a signal to Ella. He pretends to check the left rear tire. He does this right in front of the evil robbers. They have no idea what he is doing. Ella is in the cottonwood tree, drawing with a pad and pencil. When she sees Max at the tire, she knows the robbers are going to try and travel across the river that night. The kids have to wait until the robbers go inside the ranch house for dinner. The truck is broken, so they steal a horse and ride to town to warn the sheriff. The horse has no saddle, so it is a hard trip. One bad thing happens after another. I liked the book because I never knew what was going to happen next, even at the start of the final chapter. I want to show Max giving the signal to Ella. I plan to make the tree out of clay, but I have no idea how to make the kids and the robbers. It is a good thing I have a week to finish the project. Oh, that sounds like a fun project. Maybe something we can get going whenever we get back at school in the fall. So what you're going to do is you're going to go through and read this. And when you find a word that ends in L-E, E-L, I-L, or A-L, you are going to highlight or underline it. I prefer to highlight it. And I'm going to use this pretty blue color because it's my favorite. So I'm going to go through and read. Today I work on my book report about the mystery at Red Lily Ranch. It is a long novel. Novel ends in E-L. So I'm highlighting that. About 300 pages. Right now, it is my favorite book. I decided to build a model. E-L. Of Red Lily Ranch in a cardboard box. I found some brown clay and shaped it into a fence for the cattle. We've got an L-E here. I'm not going to do all of them for you, so I want you to continue reading and find all of the words from our word study this week in this passage. I'll tell you how many words are in this passage total. There are 14 words. Actually 13 because the original passage had April's date up here, so we're not using that anymore. 13 words, 13. So see if you can find all of them, and don't forget to submit it. Let's look at your word study check, your syllable check for this week. I'm sorry, your assessment. So you're going to read each word, divide each word into syllables using the slash key. Next, underline the final EL, LE, IL, or AL pattern. The first one has been done for you. So they've traveled, you say the word, put the slash to divide the syllables, and then underline EL in the end of the word. Don't forget to do both these steps, boys and girls. Don't just separate the syllables. Don't just underline the ending. You have to do both of these steps. Using the words in the word bank, complete the following sort by typing the words in the appropriate category. I suggest after you've typed your word that you highlight it and then go up here and highlight to make sure that you've done that, or there's a strike through option, but I'm not seeing it up here. If you can find the strike through, you can strike through it just like you're drawing a line through it, but just highlight it, it works that way. So after I put pupil where it goes, I would highlight it in yellow or gray it out, whatever you want to do to make sure that you've done all of your words. Okay, so good luck, and don't forget to get it submitted today. You guys have a good weekend. See you next week.